Hey, good morning, everybody. Pastor Zach here. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today as we gather together and as we live into community near and far. Um, I was struck by this concept of openness this morning. Some of you may have seen my posting, may have been watching closely. Our Synod, our church, our regional body gathered together this past weekend to do business, to worship together. And one of the parts of that in the Lutheran Church is leadership is elected, is lifted up. And one of our processes this past weekend was to do just that, to lift up a bishop. The process is really powerful. And so just a quick recap of how it works is the first vote is what's called an ecclesial ballot. So any pastor in the ELCA's name can be put forward. That was what happened Thursday night. From there, from Thursday to Friday morning, if your name is put on, you have an opportunity to remove it, and that is the only time you can remove it. So we went from 51 names the first night to 11 people who were willing to keep their names in, willing to be open to the Spirit's moving, through a lot of time before that and a lot of discernment, a lot of conversations. I was one of those willing to leave my name in through the midst of a day and a half. Then we had conversations, we had interactions, we had small group discussions, we had individual discussions, we had large group discussions. We had 4 other votes to elect a new bishop. I am thankful, joyful to say that our new bishop-elect is Bishop Jennifer D., an amazing colleague and pastor who I'm excited to see be lifted up in that. And I share all of that because the process really invites anyone who is in it or willing to consider it just to be open. You know, what is the Spirit calling you to do? What are you being invited to consider? And I think that's so important. And at least it was for me, because this isn't a, hey, I need to do this, and if I don't make it, I'm going to be crushed and devastated. It isn't for me that, hey, you know, I need to leave where I am, so I want to look for something different. It was an opportunity to see what the Spirit had in store, how people were moved to uplift leadership, to put their faith in someone. And so it was a powerful few days. It was an exhaustive and in some ways overwhelming few days. It opened me, I feel like, to share and to remember some of the experiences that I had as a youth and a young person, with the bishops that I encountered, and the hopes that if I were to be elected, how I would live into that calling. But in the end as well, the openness of understanding of that, even that it was not me, which I was okay with as well. You know, I've had people asking over the last several days, am I okay? Am I okay? You know, stating about, oh, it must be tough to come so close and lose. I don't see it as a loss. I see it as a joyful experience. I see it as a deeply spiritual process. I am thankful for the Synod leadership, the planning team, that I had prayer partners. So every candidate, after we got to 7, had someone with them, praying with them, helping them through some of it. And that was deeply meaningful for me to be a part of all of it, and to be in the midst of the whole process. And so I am deeply thankful for that, and I encourage anyone who is, you know, wondering, or in a time in your life of uncertainty, or just awareness, that to be open to what God might have in store for you. And if it is not something that you've ever done or something that you're used to, or going, well, how do I even do that? I am more than willing to talk with you about it, to walk with you through some of it, and to hear for and with you what that could look like in your life and what those options could be. And it was, again, it was a really life-giving process to go through. And I am thankful for all of the people who were there, for their support and for their care. And it was a joy to see the church together and to see opportunities to live it and to be engaged in the mission and the ministry of God's work, and to be a small part of that throughout that whole process. I am thankful for Pastor Jen D for her willingness to be open to it, and for I invite you to pray for and with her as she and her husband Billy navigate this transition and this time moving forward, and to be with them and with their congregation as she transitions. So thank you all. And again, I encourage you, be open yourselves to the Spirit in prayer, in connection, in relationship, and find opportunities for support and for care for yourself, for those around you, as they are open to what life has in store. Because it's a powerful experience when you're willing to just be open to the process of what the Spirit has in store, no matter where you are and no matter what age you are. I want to thank you all for spending some time with me today. I encourage you to share when or if you've had an experience of openness, or maybe what it was like where you're struggling with that opportunity. Feel free to share those, or if you have questions or anything, please, you can always reach out to me directly, or share this with someone that you might know that might be going through one of those times that needs that connection. I want to thank you all so much for spending these few moments with me today. I hope you have a great week. Come join us for worship. We are in our summer schedule now, so 8:15 service of the word and 9:30 shared service with communion. So please join us as we live into this opportunity together. Have a great week, everybody. God bless. We'll see you soon.